Good morning, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Daniel Rodriguez here, and welcome to my spoiler review for The Strain Season 4, Episode 4, titled New Horizons. Thank you so much for joining me. Real quick, before I get on to the recap, which should take about 2 minutes, and then get to my pros, cons, and final score, as usual, I do want to say and kind of announce the upcoming TV shows that I will be reviewing over the next few weeks, and getting, fall's coming around. In fall, there's a lot of TV shows to get on, man. It's the time. The times are coming up again. TV, Mr. Robot, all this stuff. So these are the shows that I'm going to be reviewing over the next few weeks, and some stuff that I will be uploading for TV shows, like Stranger Things Season 1, Iron Fist Season 1. I'll be reviewing The Defenders, Halt and Catch Fire, The Last Ship, Mr. Robot in October, American Horror Story Cult. So they're all the major stuff basically, and these are shows that I love. Halt and Catch Fire is my most anticipated one out of all of them. So just get ready, man. And of course The Strain every single week, so be on the lookout for those on the channel. If you enjoy, make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe, so you guys can keep up with all the latest things that I do on the channel. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, let's go. So we begin with Mr. Desai having a dinner date with his wife, and Icor ends up walking into the room and threatening him, basically saying, listen, they're doing experiments on the girls, they're breeding on women, and he's saying, instead of having the babies at 9 months and such, can we have them as early as 5 or 6 months and C-section them? So he's threatening him, saying, if you don't do your job, then I'll find someone to do it. And basically mean he's going to go on the cutting board. So after that, Ephraim and Co are attacked by a bunch of Strigoi. Alex, I guess, loses her whole entire team. We'll get to that in a little bit. Anyway, Alex's brother dies. And probably the least emotional thing out of the whole entire episode. Her brother dies. I was never really connected to the guy, never really knew him, so we'll talk about that too. So they end up heading to a new hideout, and Gus loses a teammate as well. He ends up tailing a guy, and he finds a whole storage of stuff that could really help his gang out, and it's occupied by a bunch of old cops, New York NYPD. So it's a whole big stash that they can get that will keep them going for years. Alex finds whiskey. She offers some to Ephraim. Of course, he's a former alcoholic, and he says no, it's been like 9 months or such. And he ends up revealing the truth, saying that his son pulled the button on the Illumination Day, the nuclear weapon and such. He's the one who caused this apocalyptic shit. Fuck Zach. Anyway, he ends up saying that some days he wishes that Zach was dead. And I agree with you 100%, man. I wish he was dead too. Oh, man. Anyway, after that, Gus and Co attack the cops. They get the items, and then Dutch ends up helping the girl in the C-section. She tries to escape and gets caught by a bunch of other Strigoi and sees a very meaty human factory. Now on to the pros and cons. That ending with Dutch, first off, kicking Mr. Desai's ass, and I literally wanted her to just shank the hell out of him. It was the perfect moment. She could have slit his throat at least give us a little blood from Mr. Desai. Anyway, kind of sad that didn't happen, but her escaping, first off, your heart's pumping, my heart's pumping, I'm getting excited, I'm thinking she's gonna get out. She ends up finding this whole other nightmare, man. The whole meat factory of humans, and they're yelling. One girl's like, help me! That was the worst, but she said, help me. And then a whole bunch of needles going inside. It was horrible. It's a freaking night. It's a Wes Craven film in there. And her getting caught in this, imminent doom. It's one of the best Strain endings out of any season, honestly, for an episode. It's one of the best endings for any episode. This is probably the most action-packed episode out of the season so far. Ephraim and Alex shooting wherever their hideout was in the beginning, killing some Strigoi, having Alex's team totally get wiped out. We'll talk about that at the cons. And then having Gus, we have people killing Strigoi, and then we have people killing humans. So there's both sides to the table there. The way that Gus's partner, who apparently doesn't like Gus whatsoever, the way he used that heavy light, or I don't even remember anymore, man, light machine gun, heavy machine gun, whatever you call it now. The way that he used it, man, was absolutely insane, and the effects, the special effects in that, and that the fat woman, the fluffy woman. She got the worst of it, man. She got bullets and bullets and bullets inside her. I mean, she ate them up, man. That was intense. It's some of the best action I've seen, at least this season so far. Now, with Ephraim's story, it was very slow. Gus and Ephraim's story was the slowest. Well, all of them were very slow, except Dutch had more of the more fast-paced, fun, heart-beating moments. But Ephraim, my favorite scene with him this episode is, again, him revealing the truth to Alex that, you know, hey, I first off used to be an alcoholic, plus I killed my wife, she was turned, my son saw, and now he did this apocalyptic world that we live in now, or this area we live in, all this, he did it. It was because he pressed that button, and it's because of me. And I like how he ended up revealing the truth there, and he's opening more and more every single episode. That's something that I see, that he's I didn't even know he's a non-alcoholic now, and maybe because in the first episode he ended up getting a bottle of wine or something. Lies, Ephraim. I don't know if those are lies or not, but that the first episode, 3 episodes ago, he helped the woman out, and she said she needed more calcium, and he ended up getting a bottle of alcohol in return. I don't know what he did with that bottle, but I don't know why you're doing in return. I thought that was like for him to drink. They didn't explain that. I don't know if that's horrible writing or if, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I can't really say for right now, but apparently he's been sober for 9 months or something. But alright, we'll let that slide for now until we see more in the future. And last but not least, the opening of the episode with I-Course threatening Mr. Desai. I thought it was just perfectly filmed well in the way that I-Course just smoothly walks in, and you've seen these scenes many times before where somebody walks in, please sit down, eat, don't worry about me, I'm not taking up your space, I'm just right here. And then all of a sudden he threatens, he bangs on the table, and he demands attention, he demands respect, and he demands that you listen to what he says and you listen well. I really, really, really felt that power with the actor who played I-Course, and intimidating the wife, intimidating Mr. Desai. He's choking up a little bit, he's holding his wine glass in one hand, he's like, yeah, we're getting there, we are, and he's just not taking that wine yet. He's not drinking it yet. He's just looking and he's holding it. He's like, okay, I'll maybe take a. No, I still need to say something. Okay, and I saw that. So it was very interesting to see that, and Desai being scared in the presence of I-Course and intimidated. And then when he's with Dutch and stuff, oh, he's the big boy, right? He's the big boy. Wait till she castrates you, man. That'll happen one day. I hope. I fucking bet. Now on to the cons. Gus's story. What happened with Gus in this episode? Oh, your teammate dies. I don't know who the teammate is. It sucks that he died. Oh well, I guess he died. Oh well, it's pretty crazy. He died. Okay, cool. People die in this world. You find a stash. You don't even really show us much of what's in that stash besides a bunch of guns. I don't remember them showing them grabbing and then taking back to their headquarters. It kind of just ended after that when the guy looks at him funny. And with all that, Gus's story was the weakest story out of the episode. It really is. Gus is a really interesting character, but all series, he's been some of the weakest stories ever. Like a lot. As well, the guy looking at Gus and kind of giving that threatening look. I don't know who the hell you are. I'm saying for the character. But I don't want that. I don't care. We need to worry about the Strigoi. I don't need another gang leader to be fighting a guy because he's jealous or he wants him off. Like, I don't need to see that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people don't really care to see that. We just want to see how this all wraps up against the Master, and we want Satrakian. Where's Satrakian, and where's Fett? What happened to Alex's team? Because I remember when she was talking about making the omelet and stuff, that there were more people in that room. Like, there was at least 8 or 9 people, maybe 7 people, I guess. But all of them died? Are you serious? All of them. Every single one of them. Even the sniper guy that pulled the alarm, all of them died. So her whole resistance, her whole team, her whole squad, they're all dead? All of them? Really? That's it? The resistance is over? It's done? Well, that was a waste, wasn't it? Also, her brother's death. Maybe next time you upload a preview or a promo to YouTube and such, you probably shouldn't do her holding a gun and having tears in her eyes. How more obvious can you be that her brother was going to die? It was predictable since the week prior to it. It was very predictable. And what happens? He dies. You could have kept that a secret, or, I mean, not have shown any bit of her holding a gun or crying in the promo whatsoever, and possibly could have thought, okay, maybe he'll make it out of this one. This pointed it out. Other than that, I do believe that this is a good episode. It's not a solid episode, but it is a good one. Ephraim and Dutch had a very strong story arc in here, while Gus's story was just there, and it felt like maybe we could have saw Fett in this time than what Gus was doing. And the action was great. It was, but I feel like we could have had more done in that time if Gus's story wasn't in there. Other than that, guys, again, I thought it was a good episode, and it's not my favorite out of the season, but it's not the worst. It's still better than the premiere. Even though the premiere was good, or okay, excuse me, it's still better than the premiere. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to give this episode of The Strain a B-. I really do appreciate it, guys. Thank you again. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, bye-bye.